Wheat swallow, wheat fufu is suitable for weight loss because of the low calories and high fiber you find in wheat. Now, if you want to process your wheat without buying the ready-made wheat from the market, which you can probably do on your own, when you get to the market, you buy your wheat. And after buying your wheat, you're going to have some dirt inside your wheat. So the next thing you're going to do when you get home, you try as much as possible to sun dry your wheat. Make sure you sun dry so that it's going to really get dry by the time you're grinding in the machine. So make sure you sun dry your wheat. After you sun dry, when you're about to grind it, then you pack it out from the sun and you start the next process. The next thing you're going to be doing right now is you're going to sieve it. You get a bigger sieve and sieve it. Now, when you are sieving this wheat, you are going to get some stones falling out, some dirty. In fact, when I was picking this particular wheat, I found a broken bottles inside. So you have to make sure you don't buy your wheat direct from the market and immediately grind it. You have to firstly take it home. That is why it's advisable you should not be so much in hurry to process your food, and you are not sure of what they've grinded or powdered wheat you find in the market. So it's advisable you do this on your own. So you try as much as possible to make sure that you sieve it. By the time you're sieving it, some dirt, some stones, different things is going to be falling out from it. Then the next thing I'm going to do right now, I'll pour it inside my tray. I'll pour it inside my tray and I'll do the picking. This time around is picking. The first one was just to sieve and make sure that those small particles falls out. But at the same time, there are some particles that are as big as this wheat itself, so they are not going to fall out. So you are going to go through the next stage by making sure that you pick them from the tray and make sure you pick them well. After you've picked them, you pour them aside and repeat this process for the wheat you're about to grind. So I'm just checking through this particular wheat. I'm sure that I want to be 100% sure that no dirt is clean. There's no particles, no stones, no bottle, nothing, so that I'm sure of what I'm taking inside my stomach. Then the next thing, we go through the grinding process. This place, I was so happy. Most times when I want to grind things like this, I find men handling this grinding stuff, because to me, I felt it's hard when you find a woman into this grinding of a thing. And so when I saw this woman, I was like, wow. I really wish to show people what women are doing. So she went through the process of greasing the machine, and now she's trying to on the machine, that is the grinding machine. Sometimes to drag this thing, not be more you. If you not chop belle full, you can't drag it. So she did it, and the grinding commenced. So grinding this gradually, I was just like, okay, I really appreciate when you do things like this, especially as a woman, when you don't put yourself and say, no, this is what men do. You can do anything as long as you like it, or you have the strength to do it. Guys, this time I say welcome to Oju Olakpe Space. Don't mind my manners, sorry. The thing just they catch me for body. Make I explain as this wheat be. I really want to share this wheat. Most times people just want already made wheat. You don't know what these people they blend together and start selling the market. So it really comes to my mind. Let me show you what I do before I have my wheat powder or wheat flour at home. If you're watching me, you're my returning subscriber, I say thank you so much for your love, for your support. Thank you. I really appreciate from the depth of my heart. I say thank you so much. And if you're watching me for the very first time, you're welcome to Oju Olakpe Space, where I make content on processing food yourself at home for your family or for business. If you want to go into business or you're thinking of what to do, little things you can do with little capital at home that you can process yourself, and you start producing whatever you felt you like this wheat. You can do this when you're sure of what you are processing. You can get this wheat in the market, go through this simple process, you grind it, repack it, and you sell to people around you. People are actually going to buy, since they knew that yes, this is a genuine flour they are getting from you. It can be for business and it can be for personal consumption. Guys, don't mind my voice. I have cold, I have cough, and I have catarrh, and I've been struggling with this for some time right now. So the grinding went through 4 stages. She grinded this 4 times because I really want to make sure that it forms into powder. Look at it. This is the final grinding, and this is how it looks like. So this is the final one, and so she's doing the final grinding at this period. Guys, if you're watching, you've not subscribed, please subscribe to Oju Olakpe Space. Please support this channel as you've always support. And if you're just coming into this wonderful Oju Olakpe family, please support, comment, ask questions, share my video, let people around knows how they can come up in a little way to make money this year 2023 in Nigeria. So guys, this is my grinded wheat. It has been grinded into flour. So this is the rounding up of my wheat flour. And so from this, we are now going to move down to my house. And at this point, I make sure I've sieved it. I received to make sure that there's no particle when she was grinding on anything inside. So after that, to make this wonderful wheat swallow, the first thing you're going to do, you put your water on it. Bring your pot on it. Add your water. Now, to add your water, it will be determined by the number of your household or number of your family. If you people really like wheat so much, because one thing about this wheat is, if it's real organic wheat like this, it really gets much if you're making little quantity. So once your water girl boy is something that is so easy to prepare. Once your water girls, you bring your water to boiling. This is our wheat. You add your wheat and you stir your wheat. So adding it, now when you want to add it, reduce the heat. The rate at which it was boiling, you reduce the heat, and you add your wheat flour little by little. Don't rush it, so that once it's excess, you'll be able to know when to stop adding your flour to your hot water. So what you just do right now, like this now, the water is much, so I'll just pack it. I won't rush myself. I want to make sure that the water has really mixed with the wheat. If the water is not excess, if the water is much like this, you are still going to add your wheat flour or your wheat powder or your wheat fufu powder to it. Look at it, it's still watery, so I'm going to add more of the wheat flour. Making this is so easy. You don't rush yourself. Like I told you, you will notice it's not boiling, because if the heat was actually much, you observe that it will be boiling. So at this time, is you don't put off your gas completely, or your fire, or any form of source of heat. You reduce it to the minimum, and you keep adding your flour or your wheat flour gently or little by little. Once you observe that it is hard, then you can put a stop to adding of your fufu. If you observe that it's still very soft, then you keep adding your wheat flour. But if you notice it's hard, Now, one thing with this wheat flies, it gets so hard when it's cooled down after you've prepared. So make sure you don't make it too thick. If you make it too thick, once it gets cold, it's going to look like stone. Or people, when you're wheat, people feel, oh, you don't know how to make wheat. You actually know how to make wheat, but at the initial stage, when it was still on it, it's going to be very soft. But once you put it down and it cools down, it's going to be very hard. So try as much as possible to make sure that the first stage, like this stage, is not ready. It is hard. Then I'll make sure I add water. I really want to bring it to cook. I want to cook my wheat. You don't get your wheat at the first stage and pack it. No. If you notice, if I mix it well, you're going to see some of the powder not well mixed with the way I've mixed it. So I'll add water this time around and bring it to full cooking. I'm going to be cooking it. Make sure your wheat is well cooked. If it's not well cooked, you'll notice if you eat it, and some people will tell you, when I eat swallow, I have stomach pain. Sometimes this is the cause. It might not be the main reason, but if it's not well cooked, you might have constipation, or you might have stomach pain. Any way your body might want to react to it. So make sure it is cooked. You can see. And how do you know if it is well cooked? It's going to have a foam. Once it boils like that, you're going to feel like there's a foam. It's going to bring out foaming on top. So it shows you this has really cooked. And with the look of what I'm preparing, you can see it is cooked. So the next thing you're going to do is make sure you mix very well. Take your time. Don't rush yourself to make swallow. Saying this same swallow, things like this, it's good for body. And especially when it does not add weight to you, it's very, very good for you. So this is just the easy way, easy method, easy process to prepare your wheat swallow. And wheat swallow is good for old men and old women, children, especially our old parents. Because of Africa with swallows, when you're getting older, you wouldn't want to do away with swallow just for the fact that you're getting old and they ask you to cut down your weight. But if you really want to still take swallow, then it comes with you having a wheat swallow, which is very, very okay for your health. It doesn't add weight to you. So wheat is good for old men and old women. You can advise them to take it. Now, after making this wheat, I notice it's hard. It's still hard because by the time I'm going to pack it and keep it aside for us to eat, once it cools down a bit, it's going to be very hard. So I want to make sure that it is very, very soft. That's why I'm adding extra water to my wheat. So making this wheat is easy, but at the same time, you have to be observant, and it takes time. It takes time. It's not something you rush and just mix and bring down from the fire. You have to make sure that you observe and make sure that what you're preparing, you prepared well and is good for consumption. So this is our wheat getting ready fully. And normal, make sure pé bẹ́ bá ṣe tí ń ro wheat yín, ẹ mú gbàkọ́ sọ́wọ́ tẹ́ máa fi máa fá gbogbo tó bá wà ní agbègbè ẹ̀. Kò sí ká máa ro àmàlà àbí ká máa ro wheat àbí ká máa ro fùfú kí gbogbo ẹ̀ má fẹ́ ṣe kíni nítorí bá ṣe ń lo ọmọ rogun. I'm just trying to explain in a way that when you are turning this your swallow, especially when it comes to our African swallow, we make sure that we try as much as possible to have something a bowl. Emi omoruko English here. Please, if you know the English of igbako, abeg put it in the comment section. If you are a Yoruba person and you know what they call igbako or what they call it in your dialect, you can put it in the comment section. What we use to pack this amala when we are making it. You know, it's a flat plate. I've not gotten the English name. Guys, we are getting ready. At this point, please, there are times where you are making things like this. You can put it down, use your 2 legs to hold it, and move it to yourself, which gives it a real fluffy look. Then after that, you will have where you can serve it. If you're about to eat immediately, you pack it. If you're not eating immediately, you get a nylon. Any method, any way you felt you know how to preserve or how to keep aside till the soup is ready, you prepare or you pack it aside or preserve it that way. So guys, our swallow wheat is ready. Ogbono feli. Can you see the way it's hot? Thank you guys for watching today's video. Don't forget to always subscribe, like, and share. Till I see you in my next video. Bye.